Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I wanted to come on here because I lost connection because I've been having internet issues at night. So I wanted to come on here and answer Lisa Says What and Medea as far as the question she asked me because I lost connection, so I wasn't able to answer her. But no, a lot of things happened on the back end. Absolutely, it did. Um, like I said, they went after my family. I lost my job. A lot of lies were spread. It did affect my landlord, stuff like that. So a lot of stuff in the back end did happen. Absolutely, it did. So the reason I choose not to go back to the situation because I achieved everything that I achieved in the situation. And it does not benefit me to go backwards, to be honest. It doesn't benefit me to continue to talk about it. But it's just when I saw about the cease and desist, I just wanted to come up there from the opposite side of it and just comparing the situation with my situation to that situation and just saying, no, she doesn't have a case, honestly. But at the end of the day, I have a peace and quiet and tranquility that is not going to be disturbed at this point. As a matter of fact, I still have some people that are still posting certain things that I didn't get a chance to talk about up there. But in the end, like I said, you ladies are doing a phenomenal job. Don't think that I'm saying that y'all are taking over where we left off for the way that you think. I just feel like sometimes that when you pass the baton down to the next people that are doing it was the same thing when it came to us. When I came into it, it was a lot more people. And then when their children and all of these other things started happening, they ended up leaving the situation because of it. And that's when it was me and it was world news. It was, Fundy. It was a few of us. So at the end of the day, that's all it is. We're just passing the baton down to the next people that are talking about it. So it's like stages, I would say. When Ashe and Jazzy and Vic and all of them were talking about it, it was when the Young Pharaoh situation was going on. Then when Young Pharaoh walked away from it and Ashe walked away from it and all these different people walked away from it, then it was us. So it's just different chapters of this situation. And I just feel like that y'all are in the next chapter and the next stage of it. And that's cool. So it's just like stages. It's just like when you see the older generation passing down to the younger generation, like baby boomers and then Gen X and then Gen Z and millennials, then Gen Z. It's the same thing. So I just feel like everything is in stages and everything is from one set of people to another. But I am somebody that I like to prepare people before they step into it to make sure that nobody in this situation goes through what I went through. Because I don't want nobody going through what I went through, and I don't wish that on anybody, and I don't wish it on you ladies at all. So I'm just saying to you, be very careful because this will not be the last of the situation. I mean, as long as y'all know what come with it, hey, do your thing. But for me, I went through entirely too much. And as far as to answer your question about the breakdown, no. It was just one of them things where I was at a place that I had a breakthrough. I didn't have a breakdown, I had a breakthrough. When that happened, it was a breakthrough. It was a realization, and I was never the same after that. So it broke a lot of spiritual chains. It broke a lot of spiritual doubts. It broke the old version of me. So them exposing me actually was how I recovered from a lot of things, how I faced a lot of things. how I found myself in this journey, honestly. So that situation broke a whole lot of generational chains. It broke a lot of generational baggage. So all they did, honestly, was relinquish a lot of things that were holding me back from my greatness, holding me back from me being the person I am now. This situation has made me a better person. It's made me stronger. I got peace and tranquility from that situation. It just led me to a different direction that I am now doing, and I'm very proud. It just, like I said, it just broke something in me. So I don't look at it as a breakdown. I look at it as a breakthrough, honestly. So it just made me stronger, wiser. It made me have to face so many things. It made me turn my flaws into a strength. I realized I was funny. I realized who I actually am in that situation. And I don't regret it at all, honestly. So if my situation and what happened to me was the catalyst of him being in prison, then it was well worth it, like I said. But as I say again, just be careful, be mindful, because this will not be the last time somebody does this. But I hope it works out for you, Lisa. I really do. I hope that, you get through it. I hope that, this doesn't impact or affect. But the thing is, if they send it via YouTube, they can get your channel taken down. That would be the thing you don't want. So I would recommend don't speak on her at all. I just wouldn't even speak on her at all. I would just move forward, because the situation with her, there's a whole lot more to that. I know about her situation, and there's a lot more to it. No, I got to see who you're talking about. But if it's a person I think you're talking about, no, there's a whole nother story to that. At the end of the day, like I said, if these people were all about trying to be famous, then when this situation was happening, they'd been on Good Morning America. Books would be written. It would be basically where they basically told their story on national TV. They have not done that. Yeah, they talked about it in the news in Georgia, but the fact that this story did not get to Good Morning America, it did not get to the Breakfast Club, it didn't get to a lot of major, networks, except the Shade Room, which is the only thing that it got to. So that right there says volumes. They got on the Shade Room and basically made a complete fool of themselves as far as the girls were concerned. If all of these people were so on that, then the ones that were the victims could have went on the Shade Room and told their story, but they didn't. So at the end of the day, the fact that he is trying to appeal and he's trying to defend himself, he's going to be stuck right back in there. Because at the end of the day, how are you going to defend yourself? It is bad that you had a bunch of godforsaken attorneys, and yet and still you still in there because you couldn't follow instructions, because you couldn't do what your attorney told you to do. And now you going to represent yourself? Bro, you are going to be stuck in there the rest of your life. Plus 10 years. They are not letting you out. And I promised the person that passed away that I would see to it that I spoke for them about what you did to their child. And I made a promise, and I'm going to keep that. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to get into who did what. It's already out there. They know what they did. And that's all that matters. What matters is I have forgiven these people for what they did, and I am moving forward. But what I will say is this here. You going on somebody's platform and trying to make it seem like that Queen Sheba is the one that has something to do with me getting fired. I'm going to clarify this and say this. She had nothing to do with me getting fired. When she found out about it, she told me. Personally. She came to me and told me. But it wasn't just her that told me. At the end of the day, regardless of what, she did not have anything to do with it. So I would appreciate if y'all would stop saying that she had something to do with it, because she didn't. Because y'all forgets about them recordings. Oh, did you forget about the recordings that I basically put out there? That exposed everything? Oh, that's right. I didn't expose everything. I still have more recordings. I still have more recordings that if I really wanted to, could expose a lot of people, and I just don't want to. Why? Because I am not going back to this nonsense. So at the end of the day, the fact that I have people that are still, to this day, still trying to see what I'm doing, still worrying about what I got going on, I am living my life. Okay? Living my life. May have to have surgery. So my focus is not on y'all. My focus is on me. Okay? Me and my family is good. Everybody is good. I'm happy. I am living my best life and minding my business. So at the end of the day, I do not for the life of me understand why this is still being discussed. Why? She had nothing to do with me getting fired. What I will say is, was she around them people around the time that it happened? Do I know how they got the background check and who gave them the background check? Yes, I know the 3 people that did it. One of them came to me themselves and they told me. And me and this individual are fine. I have no issues with her. I understand. The second person came out and said what they did, and I have no issues with them either. I've forgiven both of them. I have nothing negative to say about any of them because I understand why they did it. They believe what these certain individuals said. And as a matter of fact, on my ex-husband's platform, there is a video of people admitting to what they did. So, I am not worried about none of this no more. The people who did it are on camera and on recordings that I, number one, pretty much put out there. The recordings heard around the world, and my ex-husband, y'all know who my ex-husband is, he has a video of people admitting to what they did to me because he had them on their platform. So with that being said, I am not going backwards. What is done is done. It can't be undone. I am happy. I'm at peace. I have let go of all of this. I have forgiven them and I rebuked them and I sent all the mess they did to me back from which came. Because I'm never going to accept it. So again, I am living my life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm at peace with my life. And I'm happy. And I am not going backwards. I am not. And see, the reason why I'm not doing no commentary on this no more, because I do not want any of these people that cause me craziness around me. Because I know. I want nothing to do with it. But since I was asked, I answered. So at the end of the day, the recordings and the videos of who did what are out there. I don't need to say who did what. Who did what they did knows who they did. But I will say this. It's better that I stay where I'm at, because if I have to come back, it ain't going to be pretty for a lot of people. It really ain't. So just leave me in quiet. Leave me in peace. And leave me be. Because I am not bringing this up. Like I said, I went up there for Lisa. I was asked some questions. I answered the questions. And that's it. But the past remains that. In the past. I am not bringing it in my present. I'm not bringing it in my future. Like I said, do I still do my Kama Sutra nights? Absolutely. Do I still do my commentary? Absolutely. I sure do. So at the end of the day, I'm in a better place, a quieter place, and doing different stuff. I've moved on. And there are people that are still commentating on this, and I wish y'all the best. But as for me, I'm on to bigger and bigger content. So that being said, that's my response to all of this. Bye, y'all. Love y'all.